Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litsa and today is our podcast number 52. It's Thursday, the 5th of October 2023, which is my favourite day of the week, being Thursday, because I get to hang out with all of you and catch up on what most of you have been doing during the week. The rest of you can tell us down in the comments down below, and I get to share what I've been doing crochet-wise and a little bit of life as well. So thank you once again, each and every one of you, for joining us. Not only our new friends, but of course everyone that's been with us for over a year now, I can actually say that. So I'm going to start off this video by thanking each and every one of you for your very kind and beautiful messages that you've sent since our announcement video last week that we made it to one whole year together. So here's to many, many more to come. It sounds like a lot of you enjoy hanging out with all of us as well, so I'm hoping that that will continue. So, being Thursday, I've got my clipboard, I've got my marker, and we're ready to get started. And of course, what do we always do on a Thursday? We talk about Tile of the Week Thursday, which is being hosted by our friends Sam and Mike over at Manfers Makes. Anybody that isn't aware of what that whole organic cal is about, put in the hashtag Tile of the Week Thursday and a million videos will come up. Maybe not a million, but quite a few. But the main people you need to visit first are our hosts over at Manfers Makes. There's a playlist that Sam's put together, and let me tell you what it's all about. And now you'll all be in the know and you can join in the fun as well. Josephine has, as she always does, and I can't wait to showcase her tile alongside mine. So, how did this all start? Well, just over a year ago, well actually 61 weeks ago, our friend Sam received this book, 100 Crochet Tiles in Happy Mail. It was on her Amazon wish list, so one of her lovely yarny friends gifted this to her, and on the spot she pledged to make each and every tile, one a week, pretty much 2 years worth of work. So a lot of us have joined her because we didn't want to miss out on all the fun and we wanted to support our beautiful friends Sam and Mike. I jumped on board at tile number 25 and we are currently at tile number 61. Now, for all of my tiles, I'm using a collection of 7 different colors because most of the tiles use 1, 2, well, at a bare minimum 1 or 2 colors, but sometimes up to 7. So I did put together a little collection of colors which I'm using throughout all my tiles, because at the end of this beautiful little cal, I would like to put them all together so I can have a memory of this time together. So somehow I'll put all the tiles together because they are varying sizes. So they'll either be like a patchwork quilt type blanket, or I might crochet around the smaller ones to make borders so that they all fit in together. But that's something I don't have to worry for a little while because we still have 39 tiles to go, which is pretty amazing, right guys? So the yarn that I've been using is all my Marvel 8-ply yarn. Look at this, this is nearly done, the white and the blue, which is awesome. And it is a 100% acrylic yarn, which is an 8-ply is like a DK or I think a number 3 weight yarn. And for all of my tiles, I've been using my 5mm Clover or More hook, so that way they're pretty uniform as far as the look goes, and the size, other than of course the size of the tiles. Now we are going through a crochet mosaic crochet phase, and this week's tile is called the concentric zigzag. Now let me show you what it's meant to look like. So there it is there. Now I've got my notes here, and this type of mosaic is actually called inset mosaic. I'm used to the overlay, I believe. This is, I think, the 2nd or 3rd tile we've made using this style. I am going to tell you it's not my favorite, but of course I'm going to make all the tiles. I think we still have about 8 more mosaic tiles to go. So that's what it's meant to look like, guys, and I'll show you mine and then I'll show you Josephine's. Now this tile has been blocked the whole entire week because I made this one, I think, last Sunday or Saturday, I can't remember when, and I've only just taken it off the block now, and it's still not 100% square, so it was a very difficult one for me to stretch out. I don't know if it was my tension, but overall I've only made a couple of mistakes. I know they're there, you might pick them up, but at the end of the day it won't really matter. So that's my tile done, and here's Josephine's. Now Josephine is using Stylecraft DK yarn, and I just love the colors you've been choosing of late, Josephine. And she also used a 3.5mm Clover and More hook. I love the vibrant bright color there. I think it's like a hot pink. Comes off a little bit more red, I think, in the camera, but it's definitely a hot pink. Let me see if I can put them next to each other. Oh, there we go, guys. What if I do it that way? Is that the way Josephine's is looking? I can't get it to look the same. Maybe I didn't do it. Oh no, there it is there. My finger was in the way. So there you go. Both of us finished our tiles in plenty of time, because Josephine sent hers to me way back at the beginning of during the weekend as well. So thank you so much, Josephine, for sending in your tile as always. Absolutely gorgeous. I love that we get to do this little segment together. It makes it so much more fun. So guys, let me get my clipboard. Tile of the week, Thursday, number 61 done. Tick. We can put that one to the side now and look forward to next week's tile. So I wonder what that would bring us. This week's was only 20 rounds, but I do believe that next week's is a little bit bigger. So let's see how we go with that one. Now, we're at the part now which I absolutely love, and that is getting to showcase each and every one of your works that you send me through. And we've been very lucky that our friend Pearl and Liza have sent something across for us to have a look at. So let me just get my iPad, because I haven't printed anything off, and I'll read you the little blurb that came with Pearl's. So Pearl has been very, very busy, guys. Look at this. I will hold them up as I read the little blurb that she sent me in her email. There are a few little photos and I'll scroll through them. So Pearl has entered entered her makes in the county fair, and she's sent across to us her winnings, her blue ribbon winnings. So congratulations, Pearl, on entering your beautiful work and also on your winnings. Now, let me just scroll across to the next one and I'll talk to you about them as we go. Now, Pearl said that she loves entering and getting the wonderful ribbons, but also loves walking through and looking and admiring all the other talented people's makes. And I agree with that. Everyone is so very talented, including you, of course, Pearl. There we go. Now, Pearl received a first place blue ribbon and an extra special ribbon as well. Oh my goodness, look at this, guys. Now, we will come very soon to a cross stitch, a counted cross stitch. So let me see if that's the next one. No, not yet. So let's continue with our beautiful crochet makes. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, this is the one, guys. This is a counted cross stitch. And Pearl made this for her daughter and son-in-law's 20th wedding anniversary. So congratulations to them as well. Absolutely beautiful. I have never done a cross stitch. I imagine you'd have to be very patient to do that. And look at this gorgeous little butterfly that she also made. Beautiful. So, so cute. Just so adorable. So thank you so very, very much, Pearl, for sending in all your beautiful makes, and congratulations on not only your winnings at the fair but also for just entering. I think it's a wonderful way to, showcase your work with the whole community, and also sometimes it's a bit of a leap of faith because we wonder, what's it like, to be judged, but it's actually a wonderful feeling, isn't it? So thank you for sharing with us, and congratulations. We are so very proud of you. Now, our friend Liza, she also sent in her makes. She has been busy. She is feeling better this week, she tells me, so that's wonderful to hear, Liza. Now, she has been working through the zodiac, and this is her little Leo the lion. How adorable is he? And she also made a basket. So she's on the basket kick as well. Let me see if I can enlarge it for you guys. There we go there. Absolutely beautiful with its little handles there. So I hope you can see it with the light glaring off it. So thank you very, very much, Liza, and thank you very, very much, Pearl. I absolutely love showcasing everyone's work. And so if any of you want to share anything that you've made recently or something that you're very proud of and always wanted to show, more than just your family and friends, please send it across to my email with a little blurb so I know how to describe the yarn or the hook or whatever the situation is with a photo, and I would be more than happy to share it with everybody, because I know how much you all love, you look at everybody's work. I absolutely love it as well. And once again, what does it do? It inspires us to maybe make something new, which is always wonderful, correct? Of course. Now, let me tick those off because we have a few things to get through and I really don't want to miss out on anything. Now, very importantly, most of you may already know, and if you don't know, it is international, so worldwide, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which is October. And to highlight that and remind us all, late last night, and I mean very late last night, I decided to make a little beanie. Now, can you see the little, nearly lost her. They're the little pink ribbons to remind us that it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Now, this is a very simple beanie. It just starts here with 5 rounds of increase, and then you do the 4 rows, and then you follow the pattern tutorial on YouTube from Crochet Jewel. She does a lovely job and she shows you, how to do that row there. And then this part, you just make it as long as you want to, and you can either put the pink trim or not. I chose to put a few rows of single crochet. Now for the beanie, I used my Spot Saver yarn, which is another staple for myself. So I used the pink and the white. I actually really like this pink. This is an older pink. I don't think they make it anymore, but it is very, very pretty. This Spot Saver yarn is about a 10 ply, and with it I always use my 6mm hook, and that's what I used this time around as well to make that beanie. It didn't take very much yarn at all, and it really didn't take very much time at all to crochet. You just have to allow a little bit of time to sew the top of the little ribbons to the top of the hat there, because they're actually made like a chain of 12, and then you attach them with a little bit of just a couple of little stitches in there. So that's just to make sure that we're all aware that it's very important to get ourselves checked, especially when we get to certain ages. I'm definitely in that age group, and most of us either have heard stories or we know a family member, a work colleague or a friend that has been through breast cancer, and we all know the most important thing is early detection. So that is what's very, very important. That's the mantra that we should all be spreading and saying, hey, go out there, put yourself through that little bit of discomfort for that short period of time, and it's going to be worth it in the end. So make sure you guys share that with all of your family and friends. Now, the next thing I want to show you guys, and some of you may have already seen this, so I won't, talk about it for too long, because I have made a whole video on the Fall in Love collaboration that I took part in, as in joined in. The hosts were 5 beautiful YouTube content creators, and I made this gorgeous little gnome. She's my very first gnome, and I did use the YouTube tutorials by Nova over at Nova Gnome Creations, and I talk about that in the video as well. But although it's called the hashtag Fall in Love collaboration, and if you put that hashtag in, you'll be able to see everybody's makes that they made, and some people made more than one. I'm calling it the Spring in Love collaboration, reason being we're in the southern hemisphere. That's why she's got a little tiny flower there. Now I just used her using crocheted her using basically Spot Saver yarns, that type of thickness, and a 4.5mm hook to get the nice tight stitch instead of the 6mm hook that I'd usually use with her. And I actually really enjoyed making her. I am going to make more gnomes now. I used to be terrified of making them, and that's what this collaboration was all about, falling in love with something that you thought you could never try, like a yarn or a pattern, and even crochet again, because some people had lost their crojo. So there you go, she's done, and I absolutely love her, and now I can add her to my little collection. So let's tick that off the list as well. So I have been busy, guys, over the last week, and also a little bit prior to that as well. Now, the other thing that I also have a video that I released, and I won't go into it great detail now because some of you may have already seen it. If not, you can go and watch the video which tells you about my, the whole experience and the rating of our Crochet Society subscription box number 44, the project winner, and it was this beautiful cushion here, guys. It is more for decorative purposes. That's a little pumpkin, in case you're wondering. Some people think it's an apple, which is fine. And this is what the back looks like. Absolutely love making it. I'll just pop it on there. It is essentially a corner to corner pattern. It came with a 4.5 millimeter polymer clay hook, which is what I used. That came in the box. And we also used the, there's my chart that I used that I was, crossing off so I wouldn't miss any row or any little block. So the yarn that came in the box is this Confection DK yarn, which is essentially a DK 8-ply or a 3 weight yarn. And the colors were, and I'll show you on the little pillow here, the cushion here. So that color there is Wine Gums. Then we've got the Raspberry Sour. And then there was the Watermelon, Lemon Fizz, and this beigey color is Marshmallow. So very nice colors. And as I did say in the video, I do have quite a bit of yarn left, and there is a beanie pattern in that box as well. So I might try to, use the rest of the yarn for that. When I do, and if I do, I'll definitely be letting you guys know. So that's excellent that that's done now. We can tick that box off because box number 45 will be posted out to us at the end of this month. So in about a month's time, hopefully, or just over, maybe 5 or 6 weeks, we should have another unboxing of box number 45. And then you guys get to, once again, help me by voting for one of the projects. So that's awesome. So another goal ticked here, because I wanted to be able to make something from each and every box issue. Otherwise, it was pointless just buying them and having them sit there, which it was, in all honesty, what I've been doing in the past. I think I'd only made one thing out of one of the boxes prior to the past year. So thank you for helping me achieve that goal, everybody. Now, I, as you know, have been cleaning up my yarn room, and it is getting there, guys, almost reveal time. But in the process, I managed to find so many sleeping whips. Now, some of them only had a very short time that I needed to add to them, so not very long at all to get them finished. So I've got a couple to show you, which I'm so excited for. Now, the very first one, and let me move this book out of the way. The very first one is this sweet little baby blanket. It is so soft, guys, and it is made using the block stitch. I believe that's what it's called. So cute. It's not very big at all. This is in 4, but it's enough for, like to lay on the baby, like on a pram or in a cot. So it's absolutely gorgeous. And these are the yarns that I use. Here they are here, guys. So essentially, these are Marvel yarns, 8-ply yarn, and some Semco. Now, these are the 3. So the white, the lemon, and the lemon yellow. And that's like an antique pink color there. Looks a bit more orangey, but it's not. And this color is like a tan gold color. But this is a Stallion, which is no longer Stallion. It is now Semco yarn, which is a little bit thinner and a little bit shinier than the Marvel yarn. But nevertheless, all gorgeous yarns, all acrylic, all 8-ply, and for all of them, I used my 5mm hook, this one here. Again, just like with the tiles, I like to use my 5mm hook with my 8-ply yarn, DK. I know a lot of people like the 4, but I'm a tighter crocheter, and I think it's better for, my makes to use the 5mm. But this is absolutely gorgeous. This only had about that much to go from here to here. So, that much there, which didn't take very long at all. Weaved in the ends, and now we're done. We have another little baby blanket in our collection to, give to some beautiful little baby. So I'm so happy that's happened, that I managed to finish that. So that sleeping whip now has been woken up well and truly and is done. So we can cross that one off our list. Now I found another little baby blanket, which I was going to make a lot bigger originally. So our friend, this is how it all started, guys, over a year ago. So our friend Rebecca over at Yarn and Pajamas, so hey Rebecca, how are you? She showcased this book on her channel, and she made a huge blanket. She didn't just pick and choose a few tiles. I think she made 96 tiles, 3D tiles and plain solid tiles, and she made a huge blanket which she entered into her county fair or state fair. Now I'll show you the tiles that I made out of this, and then I'll show you the blanket very quickly. Now for all of them I did the whale. Now obviously I can't show you the pattern, guys, so there it is there. There's the whale, and then there's the little shark. He's very, very cute. And then I also made the fish. There he is there. And the shell. Now, my original intention was to make maybe a dozen or 10 different 3D tiles. I actually had started the crab as well. He was a hot pink crab, but I didn't finish him. Reason being, I thought, look, it's best to finish it. There's no point in having it there sleeping forever and a day. So I had already made the 4 3D tiles, and I had made most of the blue tiles, like this one here. And I only needed 4 more blue tiles, which I did make. And in total, there's 16 tiles here, guys. So let me just show you. I just realized when I was going to start the video that this poor little shark hasn't got a face yet. So I just need to put a face on him. Here's the fish. He turned out really cute, I reckon. And then we have our little whale. There it is there. And last but not least, there's a shell in here somewhere. Yeah, there it is there. I'm not doing a very good job of showing you this, but here they are there. And it is a nice size blanket, as you can see here. Like I said, there are 16 tiles in total. And I tried to make the design where I had the tiles going that way. Let me see if I can hold it up for you guys. I'm doing a terrible job. I should have hung it up. So here's the top row with a 4, and then you can see that it's going diagonally. So there's the next row with the next tile, the decorative tile, and then the next one, and the last one has one on the end. So that's what they look like, that. So I'm very happy to say that that's another sleeping whip that was awakened from its slumber, and now it is finished. So I'm very, very happy that that's done. So we can tick that one off the list too, because at the beginning of the year, I had so many whips, and I only kept, half of them. And now I've culled it right down to where I only have a few more to go, which is awesome. And I'm so very happy that that one's finished as well. Now, this one isn't a long time sleeping whip, but I did find this and I thought, oh my goodness, I really need to get onto this because it's something I want to use. And it is my Tulip Square tote. And it is here, guys. I've got the pattern here. So some of you may remember our beautiful yarny friend Josephine gifted me this pattern. And also this beautiful yarn, the rewind tape yarn. That's what it looks like. And there were 3 balls of that one in the color. I've got it here, so let me just tell you. Sorry guys, I've lost my notes now. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, here they are here. So the color is current situation, and I did use my 6mm hook, even though the yarn asks for a 6.5mm, but the pattern itself says to use a 6mm hook. And I'm guessing for a tote, it's better that it's a tighter stitch. So I had 3 squares done, and now all 5 are done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only had to make 2, which I made today while I was watching Netflix. So now I get to assemble them and then do the handle. Now from memory, Josephine did say that the handle does take the longest, and that's okay because it'll be very exciting to just sit there. I don't think it'll take much to connect them because there's only 5 squares. So there'll be a base and the 4 sides, and then I can crochet the handle. So I'm looking forward to doing that, guys, and hopefully bringing it to you sooner than later. It was so nice to find that because I had been looking for it. And also when I started to clean up, I found so many other bags. I was thinking, where is that one? And then I remembered I hadn't finished it. So I really need to get onto that. So that was really, really good finding that. So let's tick that off the list, guys, because hopefully sooner than later we'll actually be able to really tick it off the list. So that's that one. So they're the whips that I, pulled out, but I'm also still working on a cowl, which is the Crochet Society calendar from 2022. Now 2023 calendar will be coming out soon. Now up until last week I had finished 12 tiles, so here they all are here, and this week I managed to do 4 more. So I'll show you the tiles in just a moment, but the yarn that we're using for that is actually exactly the same yarn that we used for that cushion. It is the Bella Coco. It was just different packaging. Confection DK. It is a 100% acrylic yarn, 8 ply or number 3 or like 3 weight or a DK. And for that, the calendars come with 2 polymer clay hooks, a 3.5 and a 4 millimeter. And some of the squares, they actually use a 3.5 millimeter hook for the border. So that's why you need 2. Very few use the 3.5 for the entirety of the square. The majority use the 4 millimeter. So let me just grab my little folder because I've got all the patterns out here, and I'll talk to you very quickly about each and every one of them so that you're up to speed with the colors and the pattern name. So the first one is so basically we're repeating a lot of the patterns just in different colors. So this one here is called the Contrasting Bobbles, and the colors are Sugar Mouse, that one, and Elderberry. So that's very, very pretty as well. And then the next one is, let me just pop that down, guys. Trying to balance everything here. Oh, I really like this one too. So this one is called Stags, and the colors are Earl Grey and Elderberry. And the next one is the Geo Diamonds. This one was using a 4 millimeter hook as well. And the colors are Humbug, so that's the darker color, and Sugar Mouse. And the last one that I made for this week is, I really like this one, is the Heart Bursts. And that one was a 4 millimeter with a 3.5 for the border. And the colors are Humbug and the darker and Elderberry. Now, you might see on the back of all of them, I have the center of the magic ring still hanging out, because I'm just worried when I put them together, if it's too tight, I won't, tighten it all the way. I might leave a little bit of a hole so that all of the tiles sit nice and flat. So that's the method to my madness, guys. That's why on all of them you'll be able to see that hanging down. So that means now we have 16 tiles out of the 24, which means I still have 8 to do. So let's see how we go in the next few weeks, because I believe in November is when we'll be getting the next calendar. So Crochet Society big Christmas box, the calendar for 2023, which I'm very excited about. I'm not going to lie to you, but it would be nice to finish one because I still have 2021's calendar to do. What can I tell you? Now, very, very excited to report that I did finish the border on my daughter's blanket, and she'll be coming over this Sunday, so I'll be able to give it to her. Let me just show it to you. So here it is all done. This was the corner to corner blanket that I made, and I'll show you the yarn in a moment. So there's the blanket. The majority of the vote was that we used both the colors. I wish I did have some of that left, but I didn't. So it's very, very simple. The border, I did one row here. So the very first row, let me show you that way, is a single crochet in between the little blocks, and then 2 chains across all the way, so that it can have a base for the next 3 rows. So then I did only 2 double crochets, that's US terminology, and 1 chain in between, because I didn't want it to be too floppy. That's why I didn't do 3 double crochets. And then I continued to do so that's the charcoal, that's the camel, and I finished with the charcoal. I was contemplating doing 3 or 5 rows, but after I laid it down on a queen size bed, it actually fits a whole bed minus the pillows, because it is a square, so I thought that would be big enough. So it's actually a beautiful blanket. It's quite heavy, but it is absolutely gorgeous. Now I crocheted it using my 7 millimeter hook, which was perfect for this yarn, and this is all that was left out of these 3 balls. So I used 1 and almost 2 of the charcoal, and that's all I needed to use of the camel. So in total, minus this amount of yarn, which isn't very much, I did use pretty much 20 balls of yarn. So it's a good size blanket. Each ball is 100% polyester. It is around the 100 meters per ball. Let me just grab my glasses so I'm not giving you misinformation. Sorry guys, I should have this written down. No, 90 meters. So 90 meters, excuse me. And as I said, it is 100% polyester. And this color here was 150 meters per ball. So that was actually a really fun project. It took about 2 or 3 weeks. Now the fun thing was that last night at Coco's Crochet Corner, just sitting there with all the girls, you know, and chatting away, I managed to, you know, sew in the ends effortlessly, because I made the mistake, and I always preach, make sure that you sew in your ends as you go. I didn't do, you know, as I say. So I had to spend, you know, all the time, you know, just sewing in the ends, but it went so nice and comfortably. And, you know, just, you know, when you have a job like that, if you can either hang out with friends doing it, or at least, you know, have something to watch, it really does make it go by very quickly. So that's great, guys. I've managed to do that. More ball bands for my box. So that's a pretty good amount of bands to go in from one project. So that's excellent. We can tick that off our list. And then that's pretty much the makes for the week, guys. That's what I've been up to. There are a few other little things that I'm working on, but they'll come in other videos, because then, you know, they're a video of their own, but not very much more than what you've seen today. So let's get on to life. So I've been very lucky. I've had the 2 weeks off work, but it's coming to a close in a few days. So, you know, I've been very busy, of course, you know, catching up with family and friends, you know, but the best thing has been that I've had more crochet time. I've had no time, you know, to worry about there's going to be an alarm clock in the morning. Just being out of routine has been great. In actual fact, that beanie that I showed you, I think I sewed in the last little bit at about 1:30 a.m. and that was wonderful, because then I got up to make another cup of tea and carry on watching YouTube videos, truth be told. So, you know, that's been really nice for the last 2 weeks. I've also had an opportunity to actually clean my yarn room, a room that brings me joy generally, and hopefully I'll be able to share that with you very soon. But what I want to share with you, which is the nicest part of all, is that it's my son's 26th birthday this Sunday. So of course my mum will make the cake. We're just going to have the immediate family over, and just to wish him, you know, another awesome, happy, healthy year. So, you know, I just wanted to let you know that that will be the highlight of our weekend this week. And, you know, we'll have, like I said, a little cake here, a little gathering, and then off he'll go with his fiance for a very nice romantic dinner. So that's pretty much, you know, life wrapped up in a nutshell there, guys. That makes me very happy and brings very much joy to my heart. So God bless. Anyway, I hope that you're all keeping well as always, and that, you know, you've had some quality crochet time in for yourselves. You know, like at one point when I was creating the tiles, you know, this one especially today, I was thinking just the rhythm of it, and the, you know, just concentrating on the tiles, because when I do like this type of tile, tapestry crochet, I'm pretty sure it's called, I try not to have anything else around me. I just block out all the chatter, and it's almost a form of meditation. And I was thinking how amazing it is that we can just zone the whole world out when we need to, just by picking up a hook and some yarn, and that it also brings us together. So I think that is super awesome. So on this note, guys, I just want to say take care, and I shall see you all again very soon. Bye everybody.